Dude, it's been over half a year and you're still pissed off? Get the fuck over it! He looked like Gohan in that one edit with Cell. Only Gohan has a reason for being pissed. You just pathetic. You gritting your teeth, mad as shit over a win against Korea. Yet Bunny down here, not a care in the world. Low cortisol and everything. But how you let Qatar score 2 on you is beyond me, especially since this guy's meant to be like a big bad. Blue Lock Chapter 351, Ego Eccentricity has released. So let's talk about it. Next, we have the group rankings for the end of round 2. Group B through P. And oh my god, bro, Nigeria. Bro, it's so bad that the scoreboard is sweating. That's how bad of a game this was, dude. England legitimately beat the shit out of Nigeria. It's got the scoreboard sweating. How is that even possible? I fear for Japan going against England. They got some insane powerhouse. The announcer stating, now that each team has had 2 matches, the next match will be the last of the group league, and Blue Lock Japan is currently in 3rd. Only the top 2 teams will advance to the knockout tournament. France has 2 successive victories, so they're already set to move on. That leaves 1 more ticket for Group A. As we see Isagi in the pool, with the announcer saying Japan's destiny will be decided in a match against soccer's homeland, England. The winner of this crucial match will move ahead. As we see Isagi reminisce on what Ego said, saying, but you won't be the one left out, Yoichi Isagi. As we cut back to the last chapter, after it ended, with Ego saying the one who's out is Rin Itoshi. This takes everyone by surprise. But are we really that surprised? Let's be real. Let's be real. As Rin looks on, saying, what gives, Four Eyes? And Japachi Ego showing no reaction. No reaction whatsoever. He knows he's right. As Rin gets up and confronts Ego with Aiku doing what he's really good at, trying to stop a fight, with Rin saying, why me? My drive to be #1 hasn't wavered. Isagi and that Kansai loser were the ones who lost their nerve, as Nanase in the background is freaking out. With Ego saying, yeah, you're not wrong, but the team can't be renewed with you around. As this takes Rin by surprise. Ego continues saying, Yoichi, Isagi, and Rin Itoshi. There's no denying that Blue Lock thrived up until now with you 2 at its center. But it was a symbiotic relationship that only worked while you both continued to evolve. During the match with France, when Yoichi stagnated, you lost your options and stagnated with him. Then when Isagi regained his shine, you recovered too. Basically, right now, you're too influenced by Yoichi Isagi's ego. That's the brittle play style you showed out there. Ooh, talk your shit, Ego! With Ego continuing saying, that's why you're out. Take a look at yourself and decide if that ego befits the world's best striker. Damn! Talk your shit. We then cut to Blue Lock's physical training room with Rin meditating on what just happened. Mumbling to himself, he says, crush, kill, crush, kill, crush, kill. Isn't this the one thing they told you to fix? Jesus, you don't learn. You don't learn! As just then, Isagi Oichi walks into the room, taking Rin by surprise. With him pulling up a mat right next to Rin, sitting down and doing some bullshit, knowing full well he don't need to do it. And Rin fully sees that that's the case. With Isagi looking at him saying, what? As Rin pissed off says, that's my line. You don't normally do yoga and meditate in here, right? As Isagi does some more bullshit, some bird dogs, to those that don't work out, saying, so what? I just feel like it. You're just too self-conscious. With this pissing Rin off even more, saying, huh? Get lost! Piss off, you creep, drop dead. As Isagi continues saying, aren't you frustrated? After all that stuff Ego said. With Rin saying, huh? As Isagi says, I'm frustrated, I could die. Isagi continues saying, I mean, I thought I'd evolved in my own way during that match. I can't deny that Hugo's plays and mindset rattled me, and I lost sight of my own ego. But after that, I rediscovered my essence, the essence of my ego, and leveraged it in a battle of luck. Isagi then praying that Rin doesn't do some dumb shit and completely misconstrued everything he's saying, because he's really not as smart as Isagi, let's be real. Isagi says, you sense that in me, which explains how that last shot went down. We both ended up missing. We were both doing what we could to be the world's best egoist. As Rin cuts in saying, but we lost. That's why we're in this mess. We. Ha! Yeah, trying to shift the blame. You're so funny. It was you. With Isagi saying, don't just look at the results. We were so close to a draw. And I wonder what caused that to not be the case. The main reason we lost was because you and I couldn't produce a chemical reaction. As Rin has nothing to say. Isagi then looks over and says, I didn't expect you to stick out your tongue again. With Rin saying, are you giving me shit? No, I mean it. I came to talk because I want to know more about your ego's trigger. I thought it might help me see your ego in a new light so we can get stronger. As Rin says, to beat the guys more amazing than me, I want to fight and risk my life to destroy them. To use ego's words, that's the compass of my ego's playstyle. As Isagi, with his aura, says, gotcha. So that's your ego eccentricity. Rin asks the exact thing that Isagi just said. But Isagi's saying, yeah, if I were to combine what I realized in that match with ego's theory, it occurred to me that the playstyles of people's hearts all have their own ego eccentricities. For example, in my case, being the second best learner who wants to beat the number one is my playstyle. That means my ego eccentricity is rebel. You want to risk your life to destroy opponents, so you're a destroyer. Bachira wants to be a free monster, so he's a hedonist. As Rin says, then that blonde antenna freak is a pervert, with Isagi saying, huh, yeah, exactly. People all live with their own ego playstyles like that, but sometimes things happen which are like magic spells you can't cast on your own. So I think chemical reactions require a harmonious connection of playstyles between egos. I'm not sure how to make it happen, but I came here to tell you so we could make a new chemical reaction. As Rin, looking emo as hell, very in character of him, says, ha, first I get benched, then you come to give me a hint. From where I'm standing, you're no rebel, you're a demon lord. Literally glazing Isagi as much as possible. With Isagi saying, gee, thanks. Basically, what I want to say is, for me to become the world's best striker, I need your larger-than-life ego, Ren. So you can devour me? I'm not even on the starting lineup anymore. Head ass, bro. Look at this. Isagi then trying not to laugh, praying to God that Rin has this under control, says, you'll get your chance, I'll make one for you, in the match against England. As in the last page of Blue Lock Chapter 351, Isagi says, become our last missing piece to save Blue Lock. I fear for any of the strikers, whether that's Bato or Shido that start, because the moment Isagi inserts himself into this, call it glaze all you want, this man finna be on demon timing. They don't call him the Demon King for nothing, alright? They don't do that. I fear this is going to be a Manshine City situation with England, which is Isagi upscale, 100%. I cannot wait for that. They're gonna get Shido or Bato out. Ren's gonna come in, and it's gonna be crazy. Isagi's gonna be leading the charge. It's gonna be absolutely incredible. That being said, fantastic chapter. I cannot wait to see Sai's face on what he saw related to Ren selling. I think that's gonna be beautiful. But yeah, that's it. Great chapter.